Coco? What's going on? Why is your portal still open?
I don't know. It's not closing.
Well, try harder. Wait a second. There's something coming through.
Well, it looks like it's a giraffe's natural predator.
First question: where's the music from in this?
The music is from Night at the Museum 2. It's from where Larry walks into the basement of the Smithsonian Museum and he sees King Kamenra and his soldiers frozen in place during the day, and he's like, "Oh my god!" And I thought that sounds like the perfect music for a jungle predator, and so I just thought I'd use that.
Cool.
Also, speaking of Black Leopard, did you know what she was going to be before this scene?
I think, yeah, I worked it out. I mean, because obviously you got the roar and the eyes, and the eyes were clearly a big cat's eyes, I found. I mean, if she'd emerged and she'd been yellow or something, then I would have been like, oh, that would have been surprising. But,
Yeah.
A black leopard! Watch out!
And that was the last line that I needed for this chapter. Yeah, because Anthony was doing quite a few things, and naturally this line was the last piece that I needed in this chapter, so that's something. Stay back! Nice kitty. Good kitty. No!
Fresh powder. We meet at last.
Yeah. Now, the voice of Black Leopard is a familiar voice you might have heard on my channel, and that is Rowan Sharp, who's our co-host on the podcast, and I thought I'd introduce her into the series because, you know, it's a female cat and she loves cats, so why not?
yes, it was cool. I'm glad she's got involved with the series.
Yeah. Obviously, Black Leopard, she's meant to be based off of Black Panther, but not T'Challa's Black Panther. This is actually meant to be his sister's Shuri Black Panther, because in the comics, she has taken up the mantle of Black Panther, and I thought, yeah, there's not really not that many female characters on my side, and so I thought I'd diversify it a little bit.
Alright.
So yeah, that explains it.
Cool.
What?
The picture. Remember?
So yes, now we know who the missing piece of the totem pole is.
Yes.
Now, I know you've asked the question before on the podcast, like, why did Black Leopard scratch the picture? And over time, I sort of asked that question myself, and what I thought I'd do was make an origin story for Black Leopard, just to make a bit more sense out of the situation. Now, after seeing that video, do you think what happens here makes a bit more sense?
Yes. I think it does add a little more context to the story. But the only thing left open is whether she could speak English beforehand or whether she learned it over the course of the travel.
I think I just class it like in TARDIS rules, like if you travel with this person at least once, suddenly you'll gain the ability to talk. Or option 2 is that because they're both animals, I thought they'd have some sort of mind thing there. So
Cool.
yeah.
So there was no point where Black Panther happened to be hunting the one she was following, and then when she went through the sphere, that's when she was like, "My life has meaning."
Yeah. You were planning to do a reaction to that, but it failed miserably. I'm guessing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the recording mucked up there, but I'll be bringing that up in the future about how that ended up happening and stuff like that. I think.
All right.
Which was unfortunate.
Mhm. So yeah, now the totem pole scene makes all the sense, and yeah, moving on. It's you. You're the one in the picture. So, you're on our side?
That's correct. I'm one of the creatures that live in this universe you are trying to protect.
Well, in that case, welcome aboard. We need all the help we can get. Black Leopard. And that little bit of music there, that's the moment Spider-Man in Captain America Civil War is officially crowned an Avenger by Tony Stark. So, yeah, thought it would make a bit more sense that the new Avenger would have the same music. So,
Black Panther's filling the void that Falcon left us.
mm-hmm.
So she's part of their team now.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
So yes, Fresh is still haunted by that moment.
Yep. I think we've covered that pretty well.
Yeah.
With the
Although one thing I forgot to mention is that the piece of music here, the one that plays when Falcon is killed, that's from the musical story Peter and the Wolf. When the wolf devours the duck, because again, that's how I choose music. Like, I think of a scene that's very similar to this, and listen to samples of the music. And in this scene, a bird's death, and so I listened to that, and it turned out great.
Is that from the Disney one?
Well,
because I haven't managed to see Peter and the Wolf, surprisingly. Yeah.
Surprisingly, every version of Peter and the Wolf will have the same music, because the music comes first. So any version that you watch, it'll have the same music in it. So yeah. Snakestaff and his forces must be stopped. But who or what do I send to stop them? No, guys. You're all too valuable to me. So yeah, everyone's eager to get a piece of you.
They're all showing how loyal they are to Fresh Powder here, but Fresh is thinking, I can't afford to send any of you off on your own after Falcon's demise, which is cool.
Yeah.
It's like Fresh is learning as a character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, I like the comical role. Well, the more comical roles you give the characters in this one, that's quite sweet, because it makes them more entertaining.
Yeah.
If not.
We need to think of something else. Is it really time to use it? Well, I guess desperate times call for desperate measures. Back to what I was saying earlier with me developing Fresh. For this scene, I wanted to develop Fresh in a way to make it seem like, Snakestaff isn't the only person to blame anymore, because now Fresh is sending a bloodthirsty monster after him, and so I kind of wanted to get people thinking, but you did this to him,
Like Fresh is slowly getting to his darker side, so people are like, oh, now Fresh means business.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because as we all know, desperate people do desperate things. I summoned forth a monster I made many years ago. That is true. I did manage to make this... the Bunyip's story there is that, years ago, I wanted to make... I had a kid's show in mind that I wanted to produce, and in one episode that I had in mind, particularly, was where the main characters are on vacation in Australia and are learning about the legend of the Bunyip. And what I wanted to do was to... Well, we'll get to the design later on, but for now I'll just say the eyes are partly inspired by Duskull's eyes. But I wanted to make them seem a bit more intimidating, so I decided to add like the little flickering flame around them. So
yeah.
Alright.
So you made this image a long time ago, like years ago.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So you've taken one of your really old creations and installed it into something new.
As if to say, Fresh is really digging deep to find his forces now. Like, he's even bringing in characters from cancelled TV ideas, so...
Nice.
Yeah.